I want to talk to you about personal credit cards for authorized users. So, if you're trying to really help out a family member or a friend who has a lower credit score, and you really want to make sure that they benefit from your credit cards, I want to share with you a couple of credit cards that can really help you out. Okay, this is really important. So, the first card I want you to really pay attention to if you're trying to really help out an authorized user or you are an authorized user yourself is a platinum card from American Express. And we love the fact this card actually helps you actually build up credit really fast. That's really cool. And you have a constellation of rewards, for example. You have a welcome bonus. You have an annual. You do have an annual fee though, but the annual fee is really is really offset by the constellation of benefits that you have. Let me break it down for you. So when you think about the platinum card from American Express, I want you to think primarily about a rewards cards, okay? And especially when it comes to traveling. So, for instance, you can earn 5x membership rewards points for flights booked directly with airlines or with American Express travel, up to a half a million of on those purchases per calendar year. You have 5x membership rewards points on prepaid hotels booked with American Express travel, and you have 1x points on all other eligible purchases. The welcome bonus is kind of cool because basically you can qualify whether you have whether you are the primary cardholder or you are the authorized user. So you can earn 80,000 membership rewards points after you spent $8,000 on purchases on your new card in your first 6 months of card membership. And this is kind of cool. And we love the fact that you have a flexibility there. In other words, you can apply and select your preferred metal card design, like a classic platinum card, platinum, or platinum vinyl. It really depends. Now, don't forget there is an annual fee, 695. Now, 695 could really sound high, but when you think about the bevy of rewards, that's just fantastic. Okay. Now, authorized users get many of the same benefits, except for the various shopping and travel credits. So you have worldwide airport lounge access, including Delta Sky Clubs and Amex Centurion lounges. You have 100% fee credit for global entry every 4 years, or up to $85 for TSA pre-check every 4.5 years. You have automatic hotel elite status with Hilton Honors and Marriott Bonvoy. Automatic car rental elite status with Hertz Gold Plus rewards. Avis preferred and National Car Rental Emerald Club Executive. You have elite perks on hotel stays booked through Fine Hotels Plus Resorts and the Hotel Collection, comprehensive travel insurance, and complimentary Amex concierge service. So that's really cool. Next, I want to share with you a Capital One Venture X Rewards credit card, another wonderful personal credit card for authorized users. And we love the rewards here as well. So rewards in terms of traveling. So you have 10 miles on hotels per dollar and rental cars. You have 5 miles per dollar on flights when booked via Capital One Travel, and you have unlimited 2x miles on all other eligible purchases. So what we love about the Capital One Venture X Rewards credit card is that you have the ability to earn a welcome bonus. So you can earn 75,000 bonus miles once you spend $4,000 on purchases within the first 3 months from account opening. So there is a possibility to earn more there. Of course, whenever you have a rewards credit card, you're going to have to account for an annual fee. So, but the annual fee on Capital One Venture X rewards credit card is $395. So that's $300 less than the $695 you had with the platinum card from American Express. And so the regular APR here goes from 19 to 30%. And now there are no foreign transaction fees, so we love that a lot. And one thing I want to say is that when we think about when we analyze this card, the card actually has a bevy, has a collection of benefits. So similar to the Amex Platinum, the Capital One Venture X Rewards credit card is a solid travel rewards card as it offers a lengthy list of benefits for those on the go. So by having the card, you and your authorized users will receive access to Capital One Priority Pass and Plaza Premium Airport lounges, and that's really good because you have the flexibility there, right? You have the possibility to have all kinds of possibilities. So we love that a lot. And one thing I want to say also is that when we think about this card, you actually have you will receive access to unique experiences like exclusive Michelin starred dinner. You can have diners through. Michelin star dinners through Capital One Entertainment and Capital One Dining. The only major perk that doesn't extend to authorized users is the car's $300 annual Capital One travel credit. So this is something to really think about. But in terms of authorized user fee, you have up to 4 authorized users for no additional charge. Next, I want to share with you the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This is a great card for authorized users. So basically, this card is great for travel protection. You can earn 5x total points on flights and 10x total points on hotels and car rentals when you purchase travel through a Chase Travel immediately after the first $300 is spent on travel purchases annually. You have the possibility to earn 3x points on other travel and dining and 1 point per dollar on all other purchases, plus 10x points on Lyft rides through the next 12 months. Okay, so you also have a welcome bonus. So you basically can earn 75,000 bonus points after you spend $4,000 on purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. So that's really good when you think about it. When you actually equate it, that's about 1,125 toward travel when you redeem through a Chase Travel. The card actually has a pretty hefty annual fee, $550. But again, when you think about the benefits you're getting in return, that's really good. And the regular APR goes from 22 to 30%. And the card is great because there are no foreign transaction fees. That's really fantastic. So the thing is that the Chase Sapphire Reserve is a solid choice for those who enjoy traveling because the card actually comes with comprehensive travel protection. And with the card, you and your authorized users will have a trip interruption cancellation coverage, primary rental car coverage, lost luggage reimbursement, and trip delay reimbursement. And to get those coverages on your next vacation, you simply use the card to book your trip and throughout your travel. And if an incident actually arises, things happen, God forbid, you can actually make a claim through the card's benefits portal. And what we have seen in our research is that this benefits portal is really flexible, and the card also comes with a valuable $300 annual travel credit and priority pass airport lounge access, though authorized users don't get their own travel credit. So now there is an authorized user fee though. So you have $75 for each authorized user on the account. So something to keep in mind. Next, I want to share with you the Blue Cash Preferred card from American Express. And this card is it's a great personal credit card for authorized users, especially when it comes to cashback. Okay, so let me break it down for you. So you have a 6% cashback at U.S. supermarkets on up to $6,000 per year in purchases, then 1%. You have a 6% back on 6% cashback on select U.S. streaming subscriptions, 3% cashback at U.S. gas stations, 3% cashback on transit, including taxis, rideshare, parking, tolls, trains, buses, and more. And you have 1% cashback on other purchases. And that's really good because cashback here is actually received in the form of a rewards dollars that can be redeemed as a statement credit or at Amazon.com checkout. So we love that part. We love that flexibility a lot. And in addition to that, you have the possibility to earn a $250 statement credit after you spend $3,000 in purchases on your new card within the first 6 months. And this card actually has the distinction that it doesn't charge you an annual fee the first year, unlike the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Amex card. This Blue Cash Preferred card from American Express actually doesn't charge you nothing the first year, but they start charging you $95 the second year. Okay, now you have an intro APR also that's 0% for 12 months on purchases from the date of account opening. That's really cool. And now the card actually charges you a foreign transaction fee. So you can see that they're charging you a lower annual fee, but then they are actually charging you a lot more when it comes to foreign transaction fees. So you got to ask yourself what works for you. In terms of benefits, the Blue Cash Preferred card from American Express is a top contender for one of the best cashback credit cards available to consumers. Now, just remember though that all cashback rewards will be deposited in the primary cardholder's rewards account and not the authorized user. Okay. And now, is there an authorized user fee? No, there's none. There's no additional fee to add authorized users to the card in the first place. Another card I want to share with you here is the American Express Gold Card. And this is a great card as a personal credit card for authorized users that's wonderful for groceries. Let me break it down for you. So, in terms of rewards, you have a 4x membership rewards points at restaurants plus takeout and delivery in the US and at US supermarkets on up to $25,000 per calendar year in purchases. Then 1x. You also have 3x points on flights booked directly with airlines or on amextravel.com. 1x points on all other purchases. In terms of welcome bonus, you can earn 60,000 membership rewards points after you spend $6,000 on eligible purchases with your new card within the first 6 months of a card membership. The card actually comes with an annual fee, so that's $250. So it's one of those things where if you're trying to really get a personal credit card for authorized users and you choose the gold card from American Express, you want to plan for that $250 annual fee, and you want to make sure that whatever you spend on the card can actually help you offset this extra cost. There is no balance transfer fee. There's no foreign transaction fee. That's really cool. And so in terms of regular APR, you can really see what works for you. I mean, especially when it comes to your credit. Amex will set an APR based on your credit, among other things. So the benefits here is that you are really so you can. I mean, what we have seen in our research is that groceries have become increasingly expensive, among other things, during this surge of inflation. So a great way to try to maximize the unfortunate circumstances is to earn heaps of rewards on those purchases. So the card comes with spending credits, including dining at select restaurants and Uber rides, though authorized users don't get their own credits. And in terms of authorized user fee, you have up to 5 authorized users for no additional charge. All additional authorized users are $35 per year. Next, you have the American Express Blue Cash Everyday Card for American Express. It's a wonderful card, and this card is great because it helps you get all kinds of stuff. Let me break it down for you. You have a 3% cashback at U.S. supermarkets on up to $6,000 per year in purchases. Then 1% cashback at U.S. gas stations up to $6,000 per year. So that's really that's really good to think about. Now, don't confuse the Blue Cash Preferred from the Blue Cash Everyday. So this is about the Blue Cash Everyday card from American Express. Okay, and so one thing for sure, cashback is received in the form of reward dollars that can be easily redeemed for a statement credit or an Amazon.com checkout. And you can also earn a $200 statement credit after you spend $2,000 in purchases on your new card within the first 6 months. The card is fantastic because you actually have a no annual fee, and you also have an intro APR. So the intro APR stands at 0% for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers from the date of account opening. And now the card actually has a foreign transaction fee, and there is a balance transfer fee also. The APR is also decent. You are looking at 19% to 29%. So really, when you think about the Blue Cash Everyday from American Express, you really need to understand that there is no authorized user fee. So that's really good. But the thing is that as you spend on the card, primary cardholders and their authorized users will earn, as I said a little earlier, you have 3% cashback on groceries, up to $6,000 per year, and purchases at U.S. supermarkets. It has to be a U.S. supermarkets. You also have a 3% cashback on purchases with the U.S. online retailers, up to $6,000 per year. You have 3% cash back on gas at U.S. gas stations up to $6,000 in purchases per year, and you have 1% cash back on all other purchases. So you got to really ask yourself, this card, as you can see, is prioritizing purchases at the U.S. U.S. based businesses, and it's totally clear from the get go. Next, you have a Prime Visa. So when you think about the personal credit card for authorized users, the Prime Visa is a great card because especially when it comes to online shopping. So you can earn unlimited 5% back at Amazon.com, Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods Market, and on Chase travel purchases with an eligible Prime membership. You also have unlimited 2% back at gas stations, restaurants, and on local transit and commuting, including rideshare. You have a 10% back on more on a rotating selection of products and categories at Amazon.com. Unlimited 1% back on all other purchases. So that's an important. Now there is a welcome bonus here. You get a $100 Amazon gift card or more instantly upon approval, exclusively for Prime members. The card actually is great because there is no annual fee, but you still have to account for the Prime membership, right? Because that's required, and you have there's no intro APR. The regular APR goes from 19% to 29%, some cases 28%, and so there's no foreign transaction fee. So that's really an important element. One thing I want to say is that when we think about this card in general, we actually are seeing flexibility. Because for millions of Americans with Amazon Prime, the Prime Visa may be a great fit, especially if in a shared household. So by sharing one Amazon Prime subscription, you can divide the cost and reap the rewards of the Prime Visa. So as you spend on the card, you and any authorized users will earn 5% back at Amazon.com, Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods Market, 5% back on the Chase travel purchases, unlimited 2% back at gas stations, restaurants, and on local transit and commuting, including rideshare, and you have 1% back on all other purchases. One thing I need to say here is that the cashback you earn will be applied to future Amazon purchases or simply taken out to be used on other expenses. And the card has no authorized user fee, so that's really cool in terms of flexibility. Next, I want to talk to you about the last card of today. We have the Chase Freedom Flex. So when we talk about personal credit cards for authorized users this year, you got to count the Chase Freedom Flex, and this card is great for a rotating bonus category. So if you're looking for if your household's lifestyle fits the rotating bonus category sort of section, that will be really good. Now the rewards here are pretty plentiful too. You have 5% cashback on up to $1,500 in combined purchases in bonus categories every quarter that you activate, because you have to activate, right? Those are rotating categories. And so after you actually have 5% cashback, then the rest goes to 1%. You also have a 5% cashback on travel booked through the Chase Ultimate Rewards. You have 3% on drugstore purchases and on dining, including takeout and eligible delivery services, 1% cashback on all other purchases. The card actually is great because it earns a $150 bonus after you spend $500 on purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. Plus, you can earn 5% cashback on grocery store purchases, excluding Target and Walmart. So they have specifically excluded those two shopping malls, if you will. So you also have an intro APR. We're still talking to you about the Chase Freedom Flex. So you have a 0% for the first 15 months from account opening on purchases and balance transfers. Now there is a balance transfer fee, which is either a $5 or 3% of the amount of each transfer, whichever is greater. And there is actually a foreign transaction fee of 3% as well. But the bottom line here is that this card is really fantastic because it gives you flexibility. For example, the card earns 5% cashback in quarterly bonus categories, 5% on travel purchased through a Chase Ultimate Rewards, 3% on dining at restaurants, including takeout and eligible delivery services, And you can earn 3% also on drugstore purchases, and you can earn 1% on all other purchases. So that's really cool in terms of opportunity. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let's do the closing remarks of today's conversation. So we talked to you about the 8 personal credit cards for authorized users. Let me talk about it now. So you have the Platinum card from American Express. Number 2, Capital One Venture X Rewards credit card. Number 3, Chase Sapphire Reserve. Number 4, Blue Cash Preferred card from American Express. Number 5, American Express Gold card. Number 6, Blue Cash Everyday card from American Express. Number 7, Prime Visa. Number 8, Chase Freedom Flex. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.